My best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt a glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Inside your self-righteous symphony, I would rather let this go than to bring it up again. But
Oh, what's up, nerds? Hi. Welcome back to another episode of Burly Fishing Podcast. We are live. It is Thursday, and we're hanging out with all our favorite people. You. Hello. So today we're going to be talking about next year, and hopefully how it's not going to be worse than this year or the year before that.
This is
Did
a
I just
great
ruin
year.
it? Did I just ruin it? No, there's a lot of good things out of this year. So I kind of want to like recap this year, some of the good, maybe some of the bad. I don't know, and then talk about next year mostly. So I like to keep looking forward. I feel like most of us should kind of consider that moving through what we're moving through in the past 2 years. We'll just keep looking forward. So new year, new plans. That's the title of this episode, and literally, we wrote the show. Well, Paul did 5 minutes ago. So we're mainly going to just
Look.
riff raff on all the fun stuff for next year that we have planned.
Look,
Look,
Michigan State
I'm looking.
is playing football right now. Purdue just beat Tennessee. There's a lot going on. Okay, there's a lot of things happening today.
Yeah,
you know what I did today?
Very important things.
You know what I did today? Something I haven't done in I honestly don't know how long. I took a nap today.
What?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I cannot tell you the last time I took a nap.
I can't tell you the last time I did either.
Guilt-free.
I was a toddler. It was guilt-free.
Unbelievable.
I will tell you, the last time I specifically remember taking a nap, I was around 8 years old, and I was at a cottage with my whole family on a lake, and I swam forever. And then I remember passing out for hours and hours and hours, waking up, it was dinner time, and I felt like I came out of a coma. Yeah. And I remember it very specifically. That was the last time I took a nap, 8 years old. Anybody else? Anybody in chat taking naps?
Gramps says there's always something to edit, no time for naps. Gramps, I feel you on a molecular level. I never get to sleep. I have 2 kids that neither of them are 3
Paul honestly does not sleep at all.
I don't sleep. Right, I work till midnight, 1 o'clock, almost every day of the week, and I get up at like 4 or 5. So
yeah,
that's that.
Also, RIP to Paul's voice. He has 0 voice today, and he has 1 cough drop. Is it a cough drop or a lozenge?
It's probably somewhere in between. It's very sweet. It's like one of those highfalutin ones. That's like more like candy than it is like a lozenge.
So it's not going to be very helpful. All right, so we're going to get into the show here, guys. First of all, we love y'all. You're awesome. If you guys were a part of the show last week, thank you so much for participating. Anybody who donated, thank you even more. You guys are fantastic. We raised over $2,900 for Autism Anglers. I have a 40-pound shipment to give to UPS, and they're going to be pissed. And I'm going to ship that out on Monday. And then we did 19 giveaways that are going out too. Paul shipped you shipped a few of them, right? You got more right there?
We got a couple out. I wish I could. I don't have the means to do this right now. I have.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture. I'll put it on Instagram right now while we're doing the show. Go to my Instagram account. Look at my story. You can see the floor of my office right now is a complete joke.
Mine are all upstairs. I brought them over to Paul's house. We intended to ship them out. We ended up shooting 4 videos instead, and like started a video for this for the donation drive, which was going to be cool, I think. And you know, again, I'm just blown away by the generosity from everybody from last week. I'm stoked to give away like as much of my stuff as I possibly could. It was a blast. I think you shipped out like that Smash combo today. You went and purchased that, so that was sweet. So we're moving some stuff. Debo is gonna send me the prizes, the custom baits he was giving away. So once I have those in hand, I'm gonna ship those out. Like just we're doing the thing. We're shipping the stuff. It's gonna go out slowly but surely. Holiday weeks kind of threw a wrench in a lot of that. So we appreciate you guys for your patience and your generosity. You guys are amazing. I just wanted to make sure I touched on that again today. Now for today, obviously we're getting into the New Year stuff. Before we do, if you guys like the content, be sure to subscribe. If you're listening, drop us a 5-star review. Also, what do we say? We came up with some new terms for the notification bell and the like button, right, Paul?
We had
cage match.
We had cage match, folding chair to the dome. There's always we have baseball bat to the groin.
Baseball bat to the groin. Bare knuckle box, the notification bell, please.
Groin bat, I love it.
Just all right. Anyways,
I do have
Outdoors. What's up, dude? Just want to call out Army Outdoors. Thank you so much for being on the Snorlax crew for 10 freaking months. So he says, "What's up, fellas? Sorry I missed last week. I was traveling home for the holidays." Dude, we're never gonna be mad at you for that.
We get it.
Me? Back in Kentucky now. I start military funeral honors on Sunday till 24th of Feb. I have to cover Kentucky, Michigan, Indiana, Ohio. Wait, Kentucky on there twice, but lots of states. So appreciate you, man. Again, as always, thanks for your service. And we missed you last week. It was a blast, but totally understand. Shall we?
I do have a Q of the D. So
any updates that we need to throw out?
Nope, we don't.
I don't think so. All right.
I checked.
You guys are awesome. Love you. Okay, next.
So Q of the D. This is a very recently spurned question. What is the best beverage to have with a hamburger when you're out at a restaurant?
With a hamburger?
Yeah.
Chaz holds up a Bud Light. I mean,
well, like, yeah,
I could have called that for you, Chaz.
Really? Because I fervently disagree with beer in general.
I wouldn't. I can't drink a beer.
Let's assume does it change if it's lunch or dinner?
No.
Really?
Yeah, not at all. So.
See?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, generally if I go out, I get an old fashioned or some type of like one really strong beer. I'll go to the draft list and I'll be like, what is the strongest beer you have? I will take one of those as tall as you make them, and that is the only beverage I'll have today.
I used to change. I used to want it to be like, I want it to be beer, but beer, I think beer is overrated with like large meals. Beer is better with like small meals. Like,
agreed.
Tacos, beer.
Ooh, is cerveza, do you mean?
Is the way to go, right?
Yeah.
Or like if you're gonna have appetizers, drinks, like wings. If you're having wings, but not 600 wings, you're having like 3 orders of wings, then yeah, that's a beer.
When do you have less than 600 wings?
So I never get beer when I go out to eat with wings.
Exactly.
I think somebody on here said Coca-Cola, and I'm gonna say it right now. I haven't had a pop, like a soda.
Yeah, hard to disagree with pop
in a very long time. But
if it's mixed, that's fine. What I'm saying is,
I don't think alcohol. I think
heavier meals with a liquor works for me. Like that is my that is like if I were a like a speed eating freak or one of those like food contest guys, I feel like if I just got super buzzed, I would just be like, all right, let's go. Like,
dude, I
can't drink beer with a big meal. Like,
it's awful. It doesn't even taste good. I'm out.
I just picture like how I'm gonna feel afterwards, where I'm just like, oh my god.
That's how I felt. That's what got my nap. So I went on my wife and I went on a hike today. It was really nice. Mm-hmm. And then we were gonna go to like a restaurant. It was like 40 minutes away, and the hike ended up being like a lot longer than we planned. And I was like, well, we'll just go to Dexter and we'll get a burger. And I got a freaking awesome burger, and I had a beer with it, and it tasted fine. But I was like so full afterwards, and I was like, man, now I'm like tired because I had a beer and I'm a father, and it's 1 o'clock.
And I'm a father.
And it was like 2:30 when we got home, and got passed out.
You could ever get full.
I straight up it's very odd. I straight up passed out. So it's interesting because I'll tell you right now.
I mean, I've seen you pass out.
Coca-Cola Classic is like the best beverage to have with a piece of pizza, and I'm willing to die on that hill. They shouldn't sell Pepsi at restaurants. I'm also willing to die on that hill. Agreed. Pepsi is like the most overrated beverage of all time.
Who there is like, oh, we have Pepsi products, and you're like,
I'm like, you failed. What are you doing? Yeah. Like, all you have is Sprite.
I'm like, oh.
I guess they have Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew's good. It's like Pepsi products is okay, but like Pepsi
is Sprite Coke or is 7-Up Coke? 7-Up's Coke.
7-Up's Coke. Mountain Dew is Pepsi. So you're okay. You're okay. That's the only reason Taco Bell's still standing. Let's be real.
Why? Because Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Because that Baja Blast, bro.
Imagine if the only option you had was Pepsi.
Baja Blast slushy.
Dr. Pepper. So G-Fon makes a good call. I just had the same thought, Dr. Pepper. But could you imagine? Could you imagine if you like your only option with a taco was a Pepsi? I'd be like, oh, I'm never eating there again. I'd be like, see it, dude. I'll make my own.
I feel like that was like the majority of 80s commercials.
Really?
Yeah. Wasn't that like what Pepsi was in like Back to the Future? And then it switched to Coke or the other way around? Call me out, chat.
I would pay more every time. All right, that was my cue of the D. I really like it. I appreciate all the
Interesting.
options. So people called out root beer, which I think is a really good one because you can get like fancy root beer that's like just shy of a beer, not nearly as filling, still delicious, but usually it's too sweet for me. We also had a lot of people said bourbon, cold beer, Crown and Coke, rum and diet, which is I think Crown and Coke, rum and diet is a good one. If you haven't tried Crown and ginger ale, I don't know what you're doing.
It's amazing.
Water is always a good one, especially for lunch. Sometimes you got to go back to work. I agree with the old fashioned though. I just went out to lunch and I had 2 old fashions and I was like, this is what I call a treat. Like, this is a treat. Oh, that stuff is, I had it. It's so sugary and there's no alcohol in it. It's like, what are we doing here? Those are god awful. Those are so terrible.
Not once ever. All right. Candy Fiala says, and by the way, thank you for being a Snorlax crew member for 9 months. You're fantastic. Soon I will get to share my PB when I fished with Ted supporting Anglers for Autism. Missed last week. What can I do this week? What can you do this week?
You're here. You're doing it.
Be awesome.
Also, Candy, we called out your giant catches when we were talking about the giveaway with Ted. So your name came up like 2 times in that show.
Yeah, you're awesome. And also, if you still want to donate to Autism Anglers, you can go to autismanglers.org and scroll to the bottom of the page and make a donation. That's what you can do this week. Or also, you can hang out with us, which is also fun.
Thanks for being here. Daniel, all caps chops, Tucker, just called out Crown and Mountain Dew. So Whiskey Mountain Dew is a thing, and I didn't know it was a thing for a very long time. I accidentally bought store brand Mountain Dew, thinking that it was store brand ginger ale.
Yeah.
Jeff, it was actually on one of our trips, and we ended up drinking it, and I was like, this isn't good, but it's not bad. Do you remember that?
Wait, what was it again? What was the mix?
We were at one of your lakes, a special place where you caught a large bass, and that night when I rolled in, remember we were grilling burgers late. You remember all that?
Yep.
I brought Crown with me, but I had also brought what I thought was ginger ale because it was on like a bright green can. Right. It looked just like it. I would have bet my life that it was ginger ale. That's why I bought it on the way up.
It was Mountain Dew.
It was Mountain Dew because it's like store brand, so like it's all they all look the same.
I do remember that.
And we ended up drinking Crown and Mountain Dew. I'm sorry, Mountain Dew. I'm using air quotes. Mountain Dew. It was not good.
Moon mist.
But but it wasn't bad. Like I was like, fine. Like I'm not gonna just do shots. Like I'm gonna drink this.
Yeah.
But I also had all of those in my fridge for a year and a half, and I just dumped the last like 8 of them out. So it wasn't good.
Yeah, Paul recently cleaned out his fridge. He gave me his growlers from 4 months ago with poison beer because he's trying to kill me because he wants to be the sole owner of this channel.
With a dead voice. So you guys just listen to me growl at you.
It's just me now. I killed Jeff. Also, my voice sucks. There you go. You guys can just...
Okay. And now you guys
see right through your plans.
All right. You can see Chaws.
At any rate, the _Burly hype man _ aka _ the Iron Sheik camel clutch. The Iron Sheik camel clutch. The notification bell, please. Dude, he gets it. He got it. He says, "Yo, what's happening, my dudes?" By the way, no alcohol with 99% or 99% of the time with food, Coke or real sweet tea. However, Dos Equis with tacos. Yeah. Dark beer before and after food. I agree.
I'm kind of with that.
Play.
That's my system. That's my system.
Not gonna do sweet tea, but I get it.
Oh, we're in Michigan, so I just assume that it's okay for us to drink like all Faygo Pops.
I mean, yeah, 100%. Also, I would say I'm gonna throw this into the ring. Also, what's up, Debo? Cream soda.
Yeah.
Try mixing that with anything you like. It's fantastic with anything.
I came up. Okay, what? Chaws, you're fired. Chaws said he doesn't have cream soda. He's never had cream soda, which makes no sense. So there's a fancy cream soda maker in Traverse City. We were at a wedding and it had Traverse City only. Traverse City is a city in Michigan, if you guys don't know. They had like Traverse City only like liquor, Traverse City only like sodas were all from like the local area or whatever. So they had this cream soda, but they obviously didn't have Coke. They didn't have Sprite. And so I was like, what do I do here? So I mix the cream soda and their bourbon, and I was like, I'm a genius. I'm the smartest person that's ever lived, and I named that drink, and it's a cheat code.
phenomenal.
It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. It really is
So
super good.
that, yeah, bourbon, whiskey, or rum would be my favorite, but
Rum is a contender, but rum's better with
vodka is
eggnog.
fantastic too.
Eggnog and rum is like a top
Can't do
5.
eggnog. Can
Oh,
never.
bro.
I will never drink eggnog.
Can I
again.
give you? Can
Not
I
once
give
ever.
you? Can I give you an? Can I give you
I
something
hate
to
it.
try? Can I give you something to try that will help?
You can give it to me. I will put it directly in the garbage.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can I
No,
just?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
something
yeah.
in front of you. So you take
Okay,
your
go ahead.
eggnog. You take your eggnog.
Yeah.
You go 1 part eggnog. You go
Mhm.
1 part Werner's.
Mhm.
And then you go 1 part
Mhm.
rum, and you get a little nutmeg and cinnamon. I'm telling you right now, my guy, it is.
Huh.
It's glorious. It's the only
right.
time I buy eggnog is for this, obviously for this season, but that's the only reason I buy it. It's for me and no one else. And I get Guernsey's eggnog, and I do that.
All right. Well, next time we're at a holiday party, aka never, let's do that.
You can have a sip.
You can have a sip. What, Autism Anglers is here? What's up, Autism Anglers? Don, you the man. Got a big old box, about 40 pounds of baits coming your way to throw into your giant shed that you had to build for all the stuff that you had.
You poor sap. Have luck going. Have fun going through this.
Oh,
all
I
right.
packed it. Everything that we had, including all your reels, it's in that box. It's in one. You guys, it's in a HelloFresh box. So if you generally know the size of a HelloFresh box, it's I mean, it's like if you buy a bunch from Carl's Bait and Tackle,
It's
right?
like,
They send you
like,
that like cube, the big cube box. It's that box. All right. Anyways, enough of this like eggnog nonsense and booze talk. Let's get into like talking about next year.
All right, show me. So I want to do a recap. I didn't get through any questions at all, really, but
I think you got plenty. You guys, there's like 4 things on this page, but there's plenty. There's plenty.
No, there's plenty of show, but from a recap. Oh yeah, we do have. We do have.
Holy whoa, Candy Fiala! What the heck are you doing, lady?
Can we triple cheers? I gotta drink this whole thing now.
Oh, I got an old fashioned. I really don't want to chug this thing, but I don't know, for $100. Candy, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the support. That's awesome. Happy New Year to you as well. Hope you had a great holiday. And oh my God, Jesse, not to be outdone, to jump right on top of this train as well.
Oh, so, for a good reason too.
Oh, he's
for a good reason.
Something great to talk about. I think so. Candy, thank you again. Jesse, we got a 5-foot Defy Silver Ultralight for Christmas, based on yours and Online Outdoorsman's recommendations. Awesome. Thinking of pairing it with the Daiwa Revros 1000 or the QZ 750, which I don't even know what that means. You're the Daiwa guy.
So the Revros, I would say yes. I would say it all depends.
Can you get smaller?
No, I think 1,000 is. I think 1,000 is good. It's all based on preference at that point. I think 1,500 above is where I get to be like, no, 1,000 or below, I think I'm good with it.
Yeah, definitely 1,000 or smaller. I kind of like this. So my Inspira is kind of like a 500 size reel.
Yeah,
and I'm a big fan. I actually, I got an ice fishing Abu Garcia Vengeance rod and reel, and I hate the reel because it's got a super long arm on it. Which one's that?
This is the Simon, right? So this one.
Well, it looks kind of brown in the light. So
I know, but it's an army green. It's fantastic and it's flat. Yeah. So this is the Simar. I think this would be like a perfect. This 1,000 size Simar is perfect. Now, you got the 5-footer, so that's right on the line. If you get below 5 feet, that's where I say you really probably, just for comfort, it's okay to go down below that. I like going down a little below that. I have a couple that are smaller. But I actually think that this is a better size, mostly because you can get away with a lot on this size reel. So you can do a lot of different things. Like you can use this for a couple, like all the way up to a medium light 7-foot. Right. So I like this because it does multiple things for you. Yeah. I will admit though, below the 500 size, if you know you're only going to use it for that rod for forever, that would be my preference.
That's
but
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
Nice. But this is nice.
For a 5-foot ultralight, I'd rather have that. I was just going to say that the Abu Vengeance reel, I took it off. It's hanging up on the rack back there. Yeah. And I switched it out for the Akuma Avenger that we just got in the 1,000 size. That's now on a medium light ice fishing rod. But I was thinking... Paul just died. That just reminded me of the time that you leaned back in your chair and you smacked your head on that table behind you.
Blasted this thing. This is a day. I'm having a day.
Anyways, I was gonna say I was gonna put this Abu Vengeance reel on one of like a new ultralight setup.
Yeah.
So I think I might do it. But anyways, Army Outdoors. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you so much for the super chat.
Never get to talk about
It's not important, man. It's what the people want. Says gonna be 65 tomorrow at Fort Knox, Kentucky. Good Lord, dude. Guess who's fishing? Yeah, you better be, dude. On New Year's Eve, that's awesome. That's like a dream day to fish. There's never enough ice here for us to do that on New Year's Eve. That would be a freak situation we haven't had in like 5-6 years, right? And I wasn't even ice fishing then. and like open water is kind of useless. It's like if we had warm weather for a week or so, maybe we could do it. So get after it, bro. That's awesome.
I'd actually go ahead.
Well, he just said because I'll definitely be hungover on New Year's Day, so I'm not doing New Year's Day. Then have 2 funerals to execute on 2nd of January. Army strong. Gosh dang, bro. Just keep it going, brother.
I don't care about New Year's anymore. Like I actually really look forward to like staying at home and chilling out. Like I look forward to that so much. I'm such an old man. It's so bad. It's getting worse by the day.
You want to know what's going on with me? So this New Year's Eve, this idiot, I am taking my children to my mother's place. Just me. Rachel gets to stay here with Toby, my dog. Somebody asked about my dog. I took a picture of the autism angler's box on top of my dog's crate.
Sure.
And they were like, wait, you have a dog? I was like, yeah, I know. My dog's small. He's always like here. He's not here right now, but he's usually like here behind me, and you'll never see him because he's like a 20-pound dog. But at any rate, he's really old. In fact, some would believe hundreds of years old, correct?
I have a theory. My theory on Toby. No, my theory on Toby is that he's going to pretend to be dead and he's actually going to run away. And you're going to be like, he died, but he's going to go to another family and he's like his 38th family. And he's actually like 700 years old. That is that's my theory on Toby. I talked to Haley about it like a week ago. You can ask her.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I've had this dog. He's a tiny dog. You guys know tiny dog's life cycle is usually shorter. Well, big dog's life cycle is shorter, but like,
yes.
Yeah. A little dog's life cycle is still not very long. It's like 15 years is crazy.
Yeah, like that's good. You put the pin at 15.
I've had my dog since before college, and like we're not young.
But the thing is he's not like a crippled little beast like doing somersaults. He's like 7. It's amazing. It's honestly incredible. He does not age.
Yeah, so New Year's Eve, I'm taking my kids with me to my mom's place.
Yes.
And doing the whole New Year's thing because they want to have New Year's. My wife hates New Year's.
Do you guys get them the Julian's Vineyards?
Yes. That's always the move, right? Come on, as a kid, tell me
sparkling cider. For those who don't know, it's like just like sparkling grape juice.
Sparkling
instead
grape
of champagne.
Tell me, as a kid, you didn't get sparkling grape juice in a little like fake wine glass, and you weren't just like, I'm drunk.
Ooh, I'm wasted.
Dad, guess what? I'm drunk. Yeah, you were like, I'm so cool. You wouldn't like. What is your answer, Chaz? You used to sneak the booze. You snuck your mom's bathtub gin.
No, so I'll say this live. So when I was a kid, we would always go out to like my mom's friend's house for New Year's Eve, and I would actually take the bottle of champagne and pour it into my glass. Like, no,
you sneaky snook. Champagne. There's no way that tastes
awful. Good. I remember being a kid and my grandmother was like, because I was joking about getting drunk. She gave me some wine. I was like,
I had that terrible. Too.
So
I had that too.
They always
it was like Cabernet, and I was like, hell no.
They always had like the extra brut, which is a very dry one, which I like.
Yeah, that's the worst stuff.
But that's also probably why I like
licking sandpaper and chewing broken glass.
Like the driest of wines possible. I like.
Go. Double brute.
Any sweet wines or any sweet champagnes I hate.
All right. We're way off the rails. All right, Rob Harrison coming in. Rob Harrison coming in with a $10 super chat. Cheers, my brother. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
He says, also to celebrate my first live. Welcome to the show, my guy. He says, I need to throw some money to my favorite Michigan channel. That means a lot. There's a lot of Michigan homes doing a lot of really good stuff right now. So I have to say that actually means a lot to me.
That's There is
Sincerely.
a pedestal that we would love to be atop.
Yeah, that's great. I appreciate it
There's
very much, brother.
ton of great channels from Michigan, the Midwest in general. Lots and
I'm
lots.
gonna show this one from Burly. I'm letting it hit because it's actually funny.
It's so true though. That it's so true. We're gonna get off the boost talk, but that's so true.
we're not. We gotta get off the boost talk.
This is a show
We're
about
moving
fishing.
on. All right. 2022. All right. So let's talk 2021 first. We're gonna recap. Yeah. So Jeff,
what was the best trip from this year?
Well, I'm gonna say, okay. So I have a couple. Yeah, that was my first question. Is what was your best trip? And then I have a couple here that I was actually thinking about earlier. So
okay. There have been many great trips.
I'm talking about anything, like even like the local spot trips. Like, what was your favorite day on the water? I know what mine was, and I'm really not sure that it's close.
Okay. Yours is probably different from mine. Actually, I guarantee it is. It's tough for this year because
we had a rough spring. We had a rough spring.
Well, the problem was there was only a few where it was like both of us hammered.
That's right. Our answers might be the same.
Okay. They might not be because mine are kind of stuck on PB days, which we're not
doing. I don't know. You might be surprised.
So, I mean, I gotta say, like, one of the most fun trips that we've done was when we were figuring out my lake, and I caught that 5-pounder. And that's gonna be that is gonna be an answer that's coming up later. Okay, sweet. So
continue.
That would be like that
was a great day. I had a ton of fun that day. I caught a huge pike that day. That was a fun day.
Yeah, you did. No, this was a blast. Like, you were crushing it first, then I started picking up some steam, and then you stopped catching fish. It was great. So that was a day where we both hammered, just not at the same time.
Yeah.
And the thing that stuck in my mind obviously is St. Lawrence. So like St. Lawrence keeps coming back in my head. For me, it was a PB Smalley, but there was too many frustrations that also went along with it.
It's not my favorite. It's not. It was an amazing. But it's in a different bucket. Like, it doesn't fit in that bucket. Like,
that's what
I wouldn't. Let me just say, I wouldn't pick that day to relive constantly.
No,
my favorite day is the one that I would
pick. The 11-hour drive plus fighting with my guide.
But it was amazing, and like, I'm really glad I had the experience, and I wouldn't trade it for a lot of days. But it's not my favorite day. It's something you can't replace either. You just can't.
No, 100%.
But
totally worth it. Just not like favorite time.
Yes,
of life
I had one of my top days was definitely the day I went out with my son and caught two, a 5-pounder and a 4.7 pound smallmouth with my kid in my lap. That was unbelievable. So that would be one. Another one in contention was our river trip when we went ultralight fishing. We probably caught 300 fish between us.
The mule trip up where we're waiting. Yeah.
Yes.
Did we also not find sunglasses that day?
Yeah, and that was the day I got like the leeches, and we got kept all those bluegills. Like, it was an amazing. It was so much fun. Yeah. That was just like pure enjoyment. It really was. Yeah. That was like pure enjoyment wise. It's hard to have that much more fun than that. Yeah. And we had great weather. But I think my favorite trip for me was on my home lake when I just absolutely kicked them to death. Like, I couldn't get off 2.5 pounders.
This is the day that I sacrificed 2 jackhammers and also got really mad and sweaty.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, cool. I did.
That day. But I could not get off them that day, and it was just like I was just blessed for whatever reason.
Yep.
That was unbelievable.
There were one of the terms that we threw out a lot this year was #blessed, because it'd be like one of us could not get off of them, and the other one would like switch to the exact same bait even, or try different stuff, and it would not matter.
But we did have a lot of days where it's like our second trip out, we hit the river close to your house.
Yep.
We kind of thought like it'll be a square bill day or maybe a jig day, because it was early spring. It was like it was April, and we hit the river second time out, and it was like you got into some fish. I blew up a reel. I got hooked up on everything. I got bit off on the first fish that I actually did catch.
Yeah.
I was having one of the most hellish days I've ever had fishing. Yeah. Couldn't do anything right.
Is this when it rained?
At the very end.
Yes.
It started to rain like in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes of our trip. Jeff was like smacking him on ultralight. Jeff was like having a normal day. And then I tied a random square bill on, which we started with, didn't fish the whole day. It started raining, hit the square bill up, tossed it into the middle of a freaking forest.
Yes.
And came out with like probably a top 5 fish of the year.
Yep.
There was a
day
lot
was
of days like
blast.
that. There's a lot of days like that.
So that was the day, the only day we really heavily utilized the tiny child rig, which is like the inverted Z-Man. You put a Nico nail weight into the nose of it, and you rig it on a small 1/0 EWG. We were using the Eco Claws, and I was throwing that like most of the day. And I was just burning Nico weights, just like bye, gone. So that was rough. But I got bit off like 4, 5, 6 times that day. I have no idea, a ton. And yeah, we were throwing square bills up in between all the tree laydowns because there had been flooding and the trees had fell over and they were all in the water. So I mean, you guys who have like forestry lakes, you get it. But there was like tons of trees just laying through, and we just like cast up under the trees and like reel a square bill through, praying that we don't get hung up. And we were getting fish doing that. That was sweet. And then the tiny child was going right back in the same spot.
Yeah.
It's just like if you
that curve finesse, curve finesse, man, that was unreal.
Yep.
That was unreal. So what was your, I wanted to ask this question actually like almost all year. What was your favorite video that you edited?
Oh man, we make too many videos, man.
I know.
That's such a hard thing to.
I know. I'll answer first while you think about it. So mine, and I don't even know if this one, I actually am positive this one didn't hit the internet. I actually need to email them. The edit that I did for Hobie.
Oh yeah. I was like, why wouldn't it hit the internet?
So I did an edit for Hobie back when I kind of first started really getting, it was probably like my 10th or 15th like heavily edited video on Premiere Pro. And I probably spent 3 or 4 hours on the video. It is a legit edit. It's got a sweet intro. It's all cut up. There's a bunch of B-roll. It's a really cool story, but it's only like a 7 or 8 minute video. And it honestly was a ton of fun to make, and I'm like really proud of how that video turned out. Even now, I still think that video kicks a whole bunch of butt.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I would say like, because of the fact that I kind of enjoy the unboxing stuff, I definitely like editing like a nice fishing video if it was like a good trip. But I would say iCast was pretty fun.
That was a ton.
The iCast videos and reliving, going through, seeing new stuff, and like that feeling that we had when we saw just brand new gear, brand new tackle.
We met a ton of cool people
that we met that were amazing. It's tough to beat that one. I did the kayak ones for those, and the kayak videos were cool. The people around the kayaks were really cool.
The video was cool. I liked editing those videos. Doing the 13 fishing one, I had like too much fun.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, short answer, I'd say that. And yeah, I would say there's been a few fishing videos I've enjoyed, but I couldn't pinpoint one. So I'd say iCast for sure.
Michael Romero. Michael Romero called out, "Are you guys still fishing Nico baits? If so, do you have any for ice fishing?"
Well, it's funny you should ask.
I literally
just video.
Yeah. So Michael Romero, to answer your question, keep an eye on the channel. The premiere you're going to see tomorrow answers both of your questions. It answers the ice fishing plastics question very well, and we certainly are still using Nico baits. And actually, right at the beginning of the video, I talk about I actually need to place another order. I'm going to write it down right now for Nico, because it's like the problem that I have is I've only used half the plastics that I actually bought like almost a full season ago because they last forever.
Yeah.
Like I have 10 winnows, right, for the whole year. I'm only down 4.
Yeah, I don't need those. I need more morning dawn leeches.
But even the morning dawn leeches, I still have 3. That's enough to last me a whole season. I still have a whole bag of Fusion.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's like my most used bait.
One still.
That's like my most used bait.
Some natural ones. Also, they have some hot new colors coming out.
They do. So just so you guys know,
there
are new colors coming out that we may or may not have got our hands on and made a video for. So yeah, there's a lot coming out for Nico. So keep your eyes peeled tomorrow.
We talked to Scott, who was on the podcast before, who's basically the American,
the lead for North America,
do everything guy. But he is fantastic, and he hooked us up with some. So we have a bunch of ice fishing plastics from them.
Your mind will be blown.
Oh yeah, no.
And when you guys see how soft the DAP plastics are,
it's ridiculous.
Oh my god, it honestly mimics live bait so well. It's a little bit silly.
yeah, I cannot imagine how they're gonna fish. I hope they live up to my expectations.
I
But
hope we get 2 fish to our
well,
expectations.
yeah, hopefully. I mean, we'll ultralight them if we don't get to ice fish. How about that? But like, ultimately, what we want to do is do like a mule fishing, Nico baits, Euro tackle. I think we talked about it in one of the videos we filmed at
Mhm.
your house yesterday. I was at Paul's house yesterday filming 4 videos.
In like 3.5 hours. That
It was
was actually
nuts.
kind of wild.
It was a speed round. Yeah, it was
So
great.
what was your worst purchase of the year?
Um, man, there have been a few. I would say the BFS rod was easily up there. The
Mhm.
Sulia Gang Amazon BFS rod. I would also say, you guys remember when I did the Amazon video? If not, it's on here somewhere on the channel. The Plusino worms. I just wouldn't use them. Like I wouldn't do that. The ploppers, the fake ploppers, basically everything. Oh, the robot. That's it. Easily, hands down, no questions asked. The worst purchase I made this year, without a doubt, was the robot lure from Amazon. It shows
Yeah.
up as like the top rated fishing lure on there. And I got it as the gimmick, like on
Mhm.
purpose, to do an Amazon comparison of like,
Yeah.
I was trying to do, you know how
We
some
did stick
people,
baits, we did a whole bunch of stuff.
right. Well, like, so you guys know how some people will do like Amazon's worst reviewed. I don't know how they're searching on Amazon what the special trick is, but you can't just pull up worst reviewed
Yeah.
items on Amazon. That's not how Amazon works. So all they're doing is they're finding something that just randomly somehow has 1-star review. I have no idea. Those things barely exist on Amazon because they're buried on the site because the site lives to sell. So I tried to do that. Then I switched it up and I was like, whatever, I'll just pick like whatever shows up a bunch. And that's what I ended up with. The most popular stickworm kit, the ploppers that are not real, the
Yeah.
fake dark sleepers, and the robot lure. And I was like, screw it, let's see what happens. And I kind of want to do the all-in-one kits that like Dick's Sporting Goods carries, because they carry like just these big old kits of stuff like that. And I think Mystery has some now too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, that robot lure, absolute garbage. What did I named it? If anybody remembers what I named it, you can hit me up in chat right now. But I named it, and it was dumb, and now it lives on my wall. Stupid lure.
There was something
How
when
you
we were
charge it? Sorry, I
Yeah,
needed to
no,
call this
go
out
ahead.
because you Snapchatted me this, so it made me think about it. Marv from Home Alone 1, when he gets shocked until he turns into a skeleton, how you charge the fish robot is exactly like how Marv got shocked in the basement at Kevin's
Oh
house.
my god.
You literally, like, the fish is just laying there like, help me, and you take like the positives, negatives, and goes,
No.
"Ah," and I
Oh
swear to
my
God, I'll show
gosh.
you it, and then it charges up.
My lord.
I can't even. It's so bad.
So I
All right,
have
go.
this is going to be this is a nuanced answer, so do not take this out of context. The Mock Smash might have been my worst purchase. And the reason I say that is not because it was bad. It was actually the reason is
Ooh, I'm
because
gonna second you on this. Actually,
it was exactly what I thought it was. No surprises whatsoever. Like I was actually hoping that when I got it, it was going to be like either better or worse than what I thought it was going to be. I actually think that rod and reel combo is like perfectly priced.
Mhm,
I think that it is exactly as it's billed. It's
mhm,
not like the best, but it's not the worst. It
mhm.
is, if you're like an aspiring angler, it's a great combo. It looks cool. So like, but if you are getting more advanced or you're catching bigger fish consistently, like you're probably not going to be thrilled with your purchase, right? But
Yeah,
like I think even the other thing too is at the time pandemic had us scrounging, right? Because you
didn't have
couldn't
much
find anything in
choice.
store. You could walk in and find one of those in a heartbeat. So I was
Totally.
actually upset because to me, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I was like, dang it. Like I wanted it to be either way worse or way better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, the Russian bots are back, you guys.
Oh, really?
Message deleted by Devo's Fishing. Heck yeah, bro.
Get them.
Dude's
Get
got him.
them.
Also, Burly Hype Man totally threatened to send Devo spiders
I
and
saw that.
beetles from Lunker
I love it.
I would say, oh, that actually. All right, so I said I was going to second you in a second. The Lose Mock Crush did not live up to my expectations.
Yeah.
Specifically, the spinning setup.
Mhm.
The baitcaster is fine, honestly.
That's
Just
what
with
I
the
hate the
other.
handle.
Exactly. With the other rigs that I've fished, I think the reel is great. So I kind of want to just put the reel on a different rod. I'm just not a big fan of the rods. I'll put it. There you go. It's out there.
But it's not because they don't fish well. I think it's a preference and comfort thing. Like I like wind grip.
Comfort thing.
I love the wind grip, but I don't like the size of it. It's just clunky to me.
It's bulky. The wind grip is literally everywhere. Like it's just
to go back annoying. Though. To go back on that though, the grip, like you're comparing it to what rod are you using as like your go-to?
My go-to?
Your rod and reel go-to.
Custom speed stick
before you got that one
from Akuma.
Which is a Lamborghini, like sleek, trimmed down. And so when you're comparing those two, they are on opposite sides of the planet, like feel-wise. Like they are not even close to the same. So I think
but I like the Bass X too.
Bass X is not nearly as big,
said it
though.
Well, no, it's not nearly as big. But you said it's a bulkier.
It definitely is. But that speaks to how slim and trim the Psycho Stick is. It really is. Like I'm telling you guys, that combo that Jeff's been fishing with, like I was fishing like the heavy duty version of that with the Bass X and the Tournament XP as like kind of my go-to. And when, you know, flipping back and forth, I was like, holy smokes, like Jeff's was lighter, just as sturdy, but like it didn't feel as like heavy duty. I felt like that Tournament XP is like you're gonna give that to my kids. Like that's just that was the feel that I got from it. So and you fished with it. You could I don't know if you felt the same way, but
oh, absolutely. Because I have the MP and the XP is just like $20 more. $20 more. But
cheaper.
It's like,
the MP is cheaper than the XP.
Yeah, the MP is cheaper. That's what I'm saying. The XP is $20 more, but it's like lighter, has more features, feels better, like in a lot of ways. For $20, it's an absolute joke. And given the chance again, I would totally buy that. But the other thing I was going to say is another terrible purchase was the Lunker Hunt Beetle, which I've fished multiple times. And you know why I got it, because it's called the Battle Beetle. And I was like, you know what, whatever. That was a oopsie boo boo, and probably not going to buy any more of those.
I would. So here's my take on Lunker Hunt. We kind of hit this in the Autism Anglers live, but I didn't want to go down this road. But Lunker Hunt to me is either
50 on that.
They're either all. I don't know about the percentage breakdown. It's probably more like 20.
It's a hell yes or a hell no.
But it's either an absolute home run or it's going into the running dumpster fire. Like those are your only options with Lunker Hunt. So and I think it's like 20% of them are like pretty good, and the rest of them I'm like they're unfishable. That's my opinion. Debo's already upset. I know that we disagree on the spider. But like the lizard is garbage, the beetle is garbage.
I never fished the lizard.
The dragonfly is one of my. It's one of the baits. I will point to the dragonfly and legitimately feel like that's one of the worst baits. It's one of the worst baits ever made.
You know, the reason it's on the worst list, you guys, is because it sat in a tackle box touching absolutely nothing. Absolutely alone.
And it broke.
We made a joke about it, and it literally just disintegrated in half.
I have a meme.
I swear there was nothing in it.
I had a meme that I made
that he never released.
I haven't released it, but the meme is basically a dragonfly, and like it's normally a very vertical bait, but it's like totally cockeyed because it's broken on its own. Because it was just sitting by itself, and it was like the meme was like nobody, literally no one, not a single soul on this earth. The Lunker Hunt dragonfly.
I'm sad. Like I pulled it out one day.
We call it dumpster hunt.
Let's fish this.
When you get one that's bad, we call it dumpster hunt. That's my favorite.
Well, when they're good, then it's a Lunker Hunt.
Then it's a Lunker Hunt, because there are some that I really enjoy fishing. There's a couple of baits that I think are really good, right?
So we said this on a video we recorded yesterday, and our opinion on like last year's Monster Bass Lunker Hunt box. I think it might have been 2 years ago.
It might have been 2 years ago. It's hard to.
It was gosh dang nice, and I fished it on that camping lake that we used to go to that I like a lot. It was 2 years ago. Shoot,
They gave you good frogs. You got good plastics in that one. The finesse series, I think, especially for the finesse series for people who are new to finesse, I think is like actually a really good option because they're cheap. They're everywhere. They fish well. They're at a good size. They have they're simple colors. I don't love the blue, but like they're simple.
I can tell you,
it makes it accessible.
Two awesome things that are coming in this month's Monster Bass box for the Lunker Hunt Takeover are the Tailspin It's called a tailspin, right?
The big
Like,
eye
the
tailspin.
the big eye tailspin. Little bitty bait with the Colorado blade and a single finesse treble.
Cool idea.
Fantastic bait. Love that. I've fished them before in different brands. I know it's going to be great. And then the finesse Ned rigs. Fantastic. Like, you cannot go wrong.
They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them.
I'll also say at first I was completely out on the what is it called? The bait flash, the
new Kraken?
No. The paddle tails. What are they called?
Oh, the giant paddle tail. I can find it
right behind you, I thought. Anyways, there's like a clear
I have it right here. Hang on.
Plastic silver flake paddle.
It's called the shad shifter, the bait shifter.
Bait shifter, thank you. At first I was like, these are dumb as heck. And then we rigged it.
Well, then I showed you like they have like a channel here for this hook, and it's actually a good idea, and it's executed pretty dang good.
Yep. Really cool like rigging channel on it. So I changed my mind. But then why like me and this turtle, we go way back.
Then you get this.
Me and this turtle, we've been through some stuff.
And okay, the whole Impact series.
Yeah, Paul had like 5 Impact lipless baits on his wall, and he put them down on his least favorite baits of all time.
Well, and the Kraken was an issue for me. That's one of my least favorite baits of all time. So,
yeah,
it's tough.
Anyways.
It's tough with lunker hunt. I know a lot of people like them. That's fine. If you like the baits, love the baits. Go. It's all you. It's all preference. But I've had. It's to me. It's like they're taking only home run swings. That's my honest, legitimate. And I've said it before.
Yeah.
A bunch of times, like that's my opinion on those. On pretty much all.
I feel like look. I've seen so many people in chat say their dragonfly melted as well. It's that material, and they actually make. I've got another one, the Poppin' Water Bug up there. That's made of the same material, and I'm just gonna say, don't get that stuff.
Okay, here we go, Debo. All right, sweet. So
if we picked it out, Debo, it would have included 7 spiders, and that's it.
Oh God, we're stuck with that forever. It's fine.
I'll own that. I don't care. Why are you mad about it?
I'm not mad. I think it's getting a little extreme. I'd never even got to throw it last year or this year.
This year, you did not. 50 home runs.
Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of Ks. Actually, it's worse than that. I said 80-20, so it would be like 40 to 200. But so what was your best purchase? And actually, I will go first because when you said I knocked my head on my desk, one of my favorite purchases is actually on this desk right where I knocked my head.
I thought you guys desk. You guys
probably can't see it, but like right here, there's a very tiny little like what is a black speck to you. This is the flat mount line cutters. I'm here to tell you it is like one of the most like utility driven ideas that I've seen yet. The glue on it is amazing. They cut like butter, and I use it because it's on my workbench. I use this constantly. Like for videos, it's great because I'm like tying and untying lures, and I just go, and it's like it's always there. You can't lose it. It is super useful. I actually need to go buy like 5 more and just put them everywhere. And they work really well. I'm a huge fan, and I actually use the zipper pull one on a zinger. That's like the one that I move around all the time and always want. I actually now have it on my life jacket because I find it to be, it's perfect. It's just great.
Funny thing is,
they're so great.
I disagree with you that I don't like line cutters. Like, and the problem for me is that because of its shape, I cannot cut the knot at the split ring or at the line tie on any of my baits. Like I just cannot get it to cut there. I agree they're sharp as heck and they cut everything. But then I have to go back and cut the tags off of all my baits.
I disagree. I don't have that problem. It's really weird. Like I don't have that. I don't have that problem. But I totally get that. It's funny. The one that's on my seat, I have one mounted to my seat. That's the one I only use for just like cutting off baits and throwing because I can't do that. Okay. The zipper pull one that you can like move around. That one I can get into anything. So that's why it's
one I could get behind. I did not.
And that's the one that I have on a zinger, like a retractor. So I actually
I have mine on my life jacket too. For sure.
That was one of my favorite purchases of this, and this one specifically though. Like if anyone asks me like what should I get, the flush mount one that you can mount on flat things. This is the one I would recommend people get because I feel like I actually want to have one on one of my tackle boxes. Like those are that's just freaking genius. I love that.
Yeah. So I would say my best purchase was probably this.
No.
This is the YOLO Tech
Really?
juice box. Oh yeah, because of like what we do. I mean, I could say fishing gear all day, but
Well,
like this right
that's
here
the irony is one of mine was going to be the pass-through door.
well, that's like that is
10
part of
bucks.
this. That is part of this. So
Oh,
I would say if I could say like a purchase setup, it would be the camera setup from this year. It'd be like the YOLOTech battery with the pass-through door on the GoPro Hero 9 because it made filming easy.
yeah.
It just made it easy. Like I just have my battery is always here. I didn't have to have wire around and the battery in my life jacket. And then if I didn't wear my life jacket, it had to go in like my pocket. And I did
Yeah.
that trip with Ralph where I like unplugged myself as I was setting the hook, and I was like, this cannot continue to happen. So this right here was fantastic, and it's held up really well. The funny thing was the first one I bought was broken. So the first one I bought, the USB like little USB plug or whatever was just like loose. It wasn't connected to the board inside correctly. So I called them out and they just easily returned it and swapped them out for me. So cool company. I think they're doing a good job. I met them at iCast, and yeah, for 60, I think it's 60 or 70 bucks. It's pretty solid. I mean, it's about the price of a really nice external battery. My worst purchase, that was 2 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Easily
actually, that came up actually I think in last year's.
Yeah. Oh, Lauren, and
say,
also if you guys are members, there is a comparison video I posted if you missed it.
Oh, it did go up.
That we did. That's of the Lowrance Hook 2, which is what I have. That's Lauren. And the Vexi, which is the Vexlar FL8 SE. I think you have the 12 and the 19-degree one or something.
I have
and
the
then
12, yeah.
And then the Aquaview. And we just compared like using those on the ice. So if you want to see Lauren being terrible in action, there you go. Go check her out. She's great.
It is
absolute
fatality.
garbage, but we're going to talk about how we're going to change that later. So
we'll do a couple of favorites real quick before we go into next year. So favorite rod this year,
custom speed stick from Loose.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go there. That's a great call out. And mine, I'm sticking with what I've called out before, the Omen Black by 13 Fishing, but specifically though, I can't speak to any of the other sticks, but the spinning medium light extra fast 7.3,
the Omen Black,
holy smokes, like so impressed, especially at the price point. I thought everything about that was perfect, including the price point, which I paid full price for. Like it's just I could get rid of a lot of rods and only use that one. Yeah.
Close second would be the Psycho Stick, but I'm also on Team Akuma, so figured I'd
well, but I mean, I think
it technically.
even that Lose versus the Psycho Stick, like price point excluded. It's like they're kind of cut from the same cloth. Like it's just one has a lot more into it, and the other one's just simply good, right?
Yeah. Ooh, also, I want to call out this question that was a little while ago now, but the Burly Hype Man, aka People's Elbow, if you smell, said if you had 125 to 150 to spend on a bait caster, I'm assuming real, top 3 choices. I think we kind of mentioned them. So we did the tournament MP is under 150. I would say the SLX XT.
The XT was going to be exactly where I was going to go.
If you just want to have a blast, because it's 129, right?
Yeah. Something like that. But what was his price point again? I thought that's
120 to 150.
Oh, to 150. So I would probably go the MP.
MP
you can't.
All day.
It's right at the top. So
a lot of the other ones we fish are either like 100 or 200. So
yeah.
Like
so the XT,
there's only a few we have there.
The XT is the other one that I definitely. That was where my head went instantly. Was the XP or the XT? Sorry. I would definitely. I think you just can't go wrong without getting specific, right? Like if you want something really like for like a flipping flipping where you want to switch, or you want something ultra light, like how much the Tatula is 180, I think. So yeah, I think that MP I was just really impressed with that 150. I actually think there's like not a lot of value at 150. I think 150 I would almost just like wait a month, save another $50.
Yeah.
I'd save another $50, skip everything from like 145 to 175 and go to 200. Like that's what I would do. or I
goes
would just
the
go
lefties versus the world.
Yep.
Gonna
Now,
happen in
now
chat.
Gramps had the other one, the SLX MGL. So
Yeah.
that was actually going to be on my list too,
While
but
on
it's
sale.
more expensive. So that's the only reason I didn't call it out. And that's why again, like 150 is like an odd duck. And so when I stumbled across the MP, the Lose Tournament MP, I was like,
Yeah.
this is perfectly priced to me, I thought, and I was really happy with it.
Yep. Debo says the Tatula. I don't know what that one is.
I don't know which one it is.
Because you said Tatul $100 is 150. I can't type. He says. Okay, got it. Nailed it, bro. Anyways, yeah. No, I think those are good.
I do have the CT. I have the CT, and I would say that Tatula CT 100 is like,
yeah. Okay.
Oh my god! Like I'm a huge fan, but it's got to be at the right price. So to me, again, that 150 is like a weird range, man. Okay,
No,
so then
100%.
yeah, I guess if I'm remembering wrong, and you're at 150, then that's another contender. Absolutely, and I think you could throw a dart. Like you can't go wrong with I think either of those choices. Again, that's just. Yeah. I'm really not like a baitcaster expert. I can only speak to what I've used, and I have not used as much
ask
as
Debo. Go on Debo's
some of the guys. So yeah, ask Debo now, and ask Gramps now. I mean, the MGL if you can get it. None of these are bad options though.
People who know more than us.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, 100%. That's all I've got. Did you have anything else to recap this year? I think overall we had a tough spring, no fun, not a lot of fun, not as much fun as I really want to have in the spring.
It was hard.
It was very difficult. I can't wait for next spring though. Like I felt I learned so much that next spring is going to be a whole different beast. So tough spring. Summer, we actually didn't get to fish nearly as much in the beginning of the summer. I don't even know why, but we really didn't, and it kind of sucks. But then like as we got into midsummer, we really hit our stride. We had a bunch of really great days. We had a bunch of rainy days. We absolutely kicked the tar out of them. We had a lot of great days on the Axe. We had a lot of great days on New Water, which is really kind of I think what you and I kind of strive for. Like I want to go to a new place and have fun. Like that's what we've done. Ultralight was a huge theme of this year. We had a ton of fun with it. Mule fishing was just a revelation and really opened up this whole year for us. We had so much heckin' fun. Huge shout out to Online Outdoors. I'm so glad we had him on the show. Just like what a lucky thing to like stumble into, right? Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable human being, great channel. Go check it out. But like so much knowledge and fun.
The 2 days we got to fish with Ethan were phenomenal. Well, I got to fish with him.
Yeah.
But like the one day I fished with him where I struggled in the morning, I posted a terrible video and we were bed fishing. And then we went to crappie fishing and absolutely destroyed them on the Donkey Tail Junior. It was a blast. So I'd say recap for this year. I learned a lot. I definitely became a better average angler. And also Ultralight was that revelation. I'd say like utilizing a lot of different techniques, learning some new stuff, partly thanks to, Akuma, to Monster Bass, to
Nico,
getting on these trips, getting these different baits, to Nico, like just
the river
never heard of or experienced before, to you guys, to like G-Fon Kim sending us the stuff.
Yeah.
Like
but like,
just all that stuff with
discovering Mule, discovering Nico, discovering Z-Bait Co. Like there have been way more like eye-opening moments this year than I've ever had. And I was talking with Jess about this a couple of weeks ago. I was like, when I look at how and the level of fishing that I was doing at the beginning of the season versus now, it's unreal.
Yeah, 100%. All right, real quick shout outs to Super Chat. So we got the Hodge family.
I love it.
For $10 super chat, thank you so much. Those shorts have been making my day. Awesome content. Thanks. I worked really hard on them.
Another revelation was TikTok.
It's all Paul. The TikTok is Paul's jam. Paul, you guys don't know this because he doesn't say this as much, maybe at all, but he's like a Snapchat champ, and he's been Snapchatting for years and years, like since Snapchat started. And then like when TikTok came around, it's Snapchat, but it stays. It's Snapchat in perpetuity. Around. So, he still Snapchats all the time. And they're kind of like
nearly as much.
I get like 4 a day from you, I feel.
Not as much.
2, 1, I don't know. Anyways, daily Snapchats from Paul's channel. And it literally is the same as what you see on TikTok, just like unedited. You're just like, boom, here it is on the spot. So yeah, thank you for calling it out. I appreciate Paul's hard work. Ramon Outdoors, $5 super chat. Found mule fishing from your channel and has changed the game for me. Good to hear. Great products, and Ethan is a genius with how he approaches fishing tackle. 100% agree. And the dude is a hammer, and he's still fishing. We're over here going like, you can't fish anymore. And like Ethan has been hitting the water in videos. I don't know if these are old videos or current videos, because he does fall behind on editing like we do. But dude's a hammer. He is fantastic, and we love everything he does.
He's just the best, the most wholesome human being that I've met yet.
He's a gosh dang jolly green giant. The man's 6'10" with a beautiful soul. All right. So thank you, Ramon, for that. Army Outdoors 88N. Appreciate you, brother, for another super chat for $5. And you got to fish off my bass boat, and we saw the demon dock. You were right.
Oh, what a
you guys
horror
watched
show!
The video, it was terrible. If you watch the video with me and Army Outdoors, we went out on his bass boat. We fished a local-ish lake near me. It's like 15 minutes away from me, and there was a dock that just had all of these miniature
collection of plastic corpses.
And they were like rotting, and just they've been out there for years, and they were covered in cobwebs and bird poop, and it was just like an island of dolls. Disgusting. I mean, yeah, it was. Yeah, no, not hell. I thought you meant like actual hell. No, hell, Michigan was when Paul and I went fishing. That was different. This is a different spot. And then Tom Alfred with another super chat for $5. Thank you so much, man. New Midwest fisherman that loves the donkey tail, a junior. Yep. It's hard to hate it, right?
It really is. It's just like good bait. I mean, it's phenomenal
so
bait.
Good.
It's so good.
Gosh.
All right. So, anything else to recap 2021? Oh, and this podcast I'm still blown away. Like, I'm just blown away. Live stream, whatever you want to call it, live podcast. Like, I look back because we're at episode 96, and I was looking back at like the old show notes because I do save them all, and I was like, I keep forgetting like who was on the show, amazing shows that we've had. And like, you never know what's going to happen. It's been a heck ton of fun, and just the people that we've met in the old Ned Rig Nerd community. Like, the reason the shirts exist is because of the show. Like, I still go back
because of the show.
Flabbergasted. This is crazy, awesome, unbelievable.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say we got to do something for episode 100.
We should.
What do you say?
We should.
I think we should. What do you guys think?
Coming in hot.
If you guys have any ideas for episode 100, let us know. We're 4 episodes out, 4 weeks out. It's gonna be into January, beginning of February, probably somewhere in there. I think we should do something cool. I'm pretty sure we should record it in a hotel while frying crappie illegally and setting off smoke alarms.
It's a good idea, actually.
It'll be about that time. You know, fingers crossed. Ice. Yeah. Within an episode or 2, I think we could do that.
Plus or minus.
Yeah, and there would be Wi-Fi there. It'd be terrible, but there'd be Wi-Fi.
It's so bad. We could do it. No, Chaz is gonna make us buy a Wi-Fi backpack for $10,000.
$3,000. You keep raising the price every time you mention this backpack. You're like, for $10,000 for $100,000.
I actually have no memory of how much it was.
For $5 billion. For all of the stock that Elon Musk owns, we will own this backpack.
Unbelievable. All right.
Yeah, but I think we should definitely do that. Oh my god! Nerd out on some '90s stuff. I like this idea, Rockablades.
I'm gonna write it.
The call-in show, a call-in show that is not a members only. P.S. Members only live January 11th. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's on a Tuesday. You should definitely be there or be square.
Yeah. It's gonna be. We're gonna do another giveaway, right?
On the members only.
Yeah. So I mean, we do giveaways like,
but yeah, like what else can I? You guys want a Guggenrod on the members only live? Giveaway? No, you can't do that. He's gonna leave and start another family, anyways. Okay.
We got a bunch of stuff. All right.
We already talked about Pet Cemetery. Wait,
we got
Tom Alfred with another super chat.
Oh, bro.
MSU or U of M.
Brother.
Also, who has better fishing? He says, "Go green." Your answer is correct. There you go. If we just lost a bunch of subs, sorry.
Tom, just so you know, we both went to Michigan State. I met my heckin' wife at Michigan State. Every single person not from my family,
all 4 of us
from Michigan State. Like, it's
both our wives and both of us went to State. Yeah, like our whole families went to State.
My whole life, my whole life.
Wife, Chaz, get out of here.
It's very odd, but like,
Everyone,
no, everyone that was in my wedding, like just unreal. So I don't hate on Michigan. I'm not a Michigan. I'm not a hate of Michigan though. Like so, like people expect like I'm upset when people say go blue. Like I'm not that guy that was like I'm gonna hate you because you're from Michigan or whatever. Like I don't like. I actually want Michigan to like win every single game except for when they play us because it only helps us. Like so, I don't care. Like and I say the same thing about Wisconsin and everybody else. Like I want every single person in the Big Ten to win every single game they play except for when they play Michigan State. Like and I think that's fair, right?
And I want
that's how I feel
like
like everyone should be.
participation ribbon. You know, just to feel good about it. And
you can keep your ribbon. Like I'm walking out with the Paul Bunyan trophy and the Big Ten trophy. That's just all. That's all that it's about. That's
as long as we win that, it's totally fine.
No, but we're like the only ones that go from the Big Ten, so it's fine.
Timeout. All right,
it's not a big deal.
Jifon Kim says he slept in his Burly shirt last night. It's so soft. Agreed. I sleep in them all the time.
Debo's the only one allowed to say that. So just so you guys know, GFON is like should be a certified. I've actually created a new job that GFON needs to go pursue. So my recommendation, my made up job that GFON needs to get is like, you know how there's personal shoppers, like people that will like shop for you for like clothing, like, oh, I have like a personal shopper and this person buys my dresses or whatever. This is a personal bait shopper. GFON, so you can be a personal bait shopper. Look at what he's freaking sent. No, there's a video. I can't show you, but I want to show you. There's a whole
video coming
next week, Friday.
Next week, Friday.
Is it Friday?
Coming soon. Yeah. Because we're dropping the Autism Angler drop-off stuff on Monday.
Okay. So you're gonna see a video, and it's gonna be
you definitely get 4 cents an hour plus benefits. Benefits are we kiss your boo-boos and we don't pay for any insurance. Sorry.
Oh my god.
We ship you Mickey Mouse Band-Aids. Those are our benefits plans.
That seems fair. And I honest to God, the dude could pick a freaking box. Like guy's got talent. So yeah, I think GFON you're set up for it.
He gets the good stuff. I love it. All right. What's happening this year? What are we doing? What are some new things we're gonna do?
Yeah, so 2022 is what's coming in hot. So want to talk about this a little bit. We had a couple ideas. I think we kicked them around the members live, but there's some ideas that we had for videos that we want to make. One of them is, I want to skip one, techniques we hate. So one thing that I would really like to do is, and it was very beneficial for us this year, what I'd like to continue to do, but make like a video series of like, I'm just going to fish stuff that I don't know how to do or that I really don't like doing. So super gigantic plastic worms, right? Spoons,
11-inch curly tail. Thank you.
Yeah, like all of the baits that, like all the baits that I grab that I don't grab because I don't think they'll work or I don't like them or
baits
whatever.
I own on accident.
Yeah, baits that like come my way, like okay, fine, like, but I never use.
Not like gimmicky baits that literally don't work.
And that's why I called it techniques, not baits.
Yes,
because it's not bait specific. It's like technique 100%. Specific. So for Jeff, right, the Carolina rig, he kind of got like pigeonholed or like got peer pressured into it. And then like 3 weeks later, he's like, I need a specific rod for Carolina rigging and all like, and then here we are, right? So
that like Carolina rig rod, you guys.
But that has been
a 13 fishing Kalon spinning reel for it, and I'm gonna do a spinning setup.
And so how it's very much like that's how it happens though. That's how like confidence baits are made. And you go out and you force yourself into a position where eventually you'll have a good time, right? And eventually that becomes a strength for you. And so I want to go have that. So A-rigs and flukes is a great example of like something that we might pick.
The funny thing is I had a day with that, Tom, and like it's a video that has it's in my rainy day folder. So it's not a video that I just hit the internet. I don't know if it ever will, but I fished the A-rig and big swim baits, glide baits, big paddle tails, Mike the Pike from Weston, just like all sorts of baits I would never touch. And I fished those for like 2 weeks and I caught, guess how many fish? 0. So I was like super pissed about it. But then I learned, for example, from Extreme Outdoorsman that he catches on the A-rig and he's up in Michigan. And he said, switch out the paddle tails, dork. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. I like got this Amazon box for them. First of all, it was one of the Amazon orders. And it came with like 4 different types of plastics, and each of them had 5. It's a 5-hook. We have a 5-hook reel here or 5-hook rule here in Michigan, so like we're okay with 5 hooks. So I had the 5-hook rig with the blades on it, and I threw all the same swim baits on it. So that was my bad. So I learned from that, which is cool, which is why like you make videos like that and you ask questions. Because I posted on Instagram and I asked a question about it. So,
But it's
yeah,
also something that, like, the idea that you have to catch a fish, like, I would really like to get to a place where
I
I'm
just want to fish
comfortably
it.
making videos that people are enjoying, that are not necessarily centered
Yep.
around only learning how to fish and aren't necessarily set around catching big fish. Like, I want to find that middle ground of like, you're learning something, you're being entertained. I'm also learning something and being entertained.
Yep.
And you get to a point where like, I made a video where I caught no fish. I made a video that was ultimately useful for somebody, and I had fun the whole time. Like, I
Yeah.
want to meet at that confluence, and so that's like our goal. It's one of my goals, at least, and one that Jeff and I
Yeah.
talked about with this like fishing things I hate technique, right? Like techniques, like focused video where we got to find a way to do that. Make entertaining videos where you don't necessarily have to catch a darn thing, and they're still great videos, and we enjoy making them. If I
Well,
can do that, go ahead.
I want to put this out there too. There's 2 things that I have a problem with fishing videos. Number 1, constantly fishing the same stuff all the time is obviously boring. I don't know about you guys. It gets boring for me. I don't watch fishing channels anymore because of it. If they keep doing the same stuff, I stop watching. They have to do something different, but also ideally not super gimmicky. That's my
Mhm,
other issue. Is like we
mhm.
struggle with the gimmicky stuff, with the
I'm not
stunty
doing it.
stuff. Like just we're not no fishing from unicorn blowups. No, like would I do that for fun by myself without filming it? I don't know, maybe. But am I going to film that? Absolutely not. So like I have that problem with it. The other problem is what Paul was alluding to just then is if you don't catch fish, it is more frustrating than if you're just going to your local water hole to fish without a camera and you don't catch fish. If you do that, you're like, a day fishing is better than a day at work. But if you're filming and your goal is to catch fish on film to make content, it ruins fishing.
You can.
Like it straight up ruins fishing. It makes fishing frustrating. When you make it a job, it's a problem. So that's the issue. That's why like unboxings are like no harm, no foul. I'll just put it
Mhm.
out there. They are. Like it's like unbox baits, win-win, right? Like when you go out to catch fish, I want to catch fish because I feel like that's necessary for the entertainment value. But at the same time, like I get that sometimes it doesn't happen. And sometimes you just post the realistic stuff. Like we didn't catch anything today. It sucked.
But
And it
but
is what
there's
it
a
is.
difference. But there's a difference between the video where that's like an outcome that you don't have planned for in your video, and you don't adjust the video to be like something different. Versus like I go with the intent of if I catch fish, great. But I have a whole
Yep.
plan for this video where it's not centered around me getting a big fish catch, and that is where I want to be much more comfortable
Yes.
by,
I
getting
agree
more
with that.
comfortable with that and making videos that like don't depend on that, or at least I don't feel like they do.
One
So
hundo.
that's kind of where what I'm getting at with the whole techniques we hate thing. I want to learn.
Yep.
I want to be teaching, like bringing people along
Yeah.
with me as I'm learning, and Jeff and I are learning. And I
Yeah.
want to make videos that I enjoy, and I don't want not catching a fish to like make that a video where I'm like poop. So that's actually probably my biggest goal for the
Yeah.
whole year. Is that fair?
Yeah. 100%. I'm with Debo. Debo just said it. Like it
Yeah.
burns you out. Like Paul knows this. I had that this year. I had it really bad. And part of what we're doing right now with our videos is necessary for survival for one. For two, I just got a whole bunch of new job stuff that I'm trying to figure out. That's all. So lots of business things going on behind the scenes. But yeah, other than that, like I just want to have fun. I want to have fun fishing, and I find it really fun. Paul and I both find it really fun to go fish new techniques in new bodies of water. And like you hear that and you go like, what? Like what are you gonna do if you don't catch fish? We don't care. Like if it's just exploring and trying new stuff, that's really enjoyable. And we believe that that could make some good content. So we're happy with doing that because that kind of takes the pressure off of like you have to catch a fish. So I'm 100% behind this. This is something that Paul and I talked about on the forever long road trip that we went on to the St. Lawrence.
We
It's
only
like
had 22 hours of driving to figure it out.
what do you think we talk about? Well, most of the time we sang
Most of the time, metal
fantastic
Disney.
renditions of metal Disney songs.
So metal Disney is now my child's favorite song, and it was my most listened to song of 2021.
Be a man.
You must be swift as. Okay, anyways. But no, I think that's a huge thing for us next year. I also had a cool idea that I just think would be really fun. I'd like to take a day or two and do this thing of, where we tactfully drive to a place and we do a thing where like fish every piece of water that you see, and then in parentheses legally. I think that would just be so much fun because it's so us. And you take 3 rods each, 4 rods each. You're gonna hit some lakes, so you bring the axe. You're gonna hit some rivers, so you bring your waders or whatever. And in a day we maybe hit 4 or 5 different spots for an hour each, and we just
got to be
drive.
a timer. There's got to be a timer.
Well,
we would have to hit a million bodies.
Yeah, that's not how it works. But
it's Michigan's like a 10-mile trip.
Michigan's interesting because you can cross or broach. Like me, so today driving to the place where we hiked, it's like 13 miles, maybe less, 10 miles. It was less than 10 miles, and we probably went by within eyesight a dozen lakes.
Yep.
And we crossed at least 3 or 4 streams and two big rivers. So it's like that was going less than 10 miles. I couldn't drive to Jeff's house. It would take me 6 hours to drive to Jeff's house if I spent a half hour at every spot that I crossed.
Yeah. I want to call out just a couple of chats here real quick. So Angel Saavedra said Jeff and Paul should do a camping video. It was really unfortunate we didn't get to camp this year. That sucks.
That's a good call out
for me this year.
I'm gonna go ahead and add that. Those were some of my favorite videos from the prior year.
Yeah, good. The camping. We did a camping meals video.
We did one. More? Yep, specifically while camping.
We were camping. We ate them all. We ate all the meals. We were camping. We were at camp, Joss.
So confused.
Oh, am I going crazy right now?
Yeah, I think you are.
This year? Yeah, we did it.
We'll look at the footage. There are receipts. But Jeff and I did a video where we reviewed camp meals. And the reason I remember is because I was wearing a camo version of this sweater, and I took a bag of macaroni and cheese while I was shaking it up. I threw it up in the air as a joke, and I dropped it, and I exploded it all over my arm. So I had like the macaroni and cheese with hamburger all over my, like, from shoulder down to my feet.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Very weird. We did oatmeals on the water where you just scoop pond water into your little oatmeals container and then it cooks it on.
That was the coolest. Oh, that was that. I mean, cool. I don't recommend those, but that was fantastic. Everyone should do it once.
Yeah, I love it. Also, Ramon Outdoor says he really liked the mule fishing cleanup video. I agree. It was that one was fun to film.
2,500 people did not.
Didn't quite. We didn't catch anything. We struggled really hard, but it was kind of cool. It was a cool experience. It was fun to do. Yeah, show it some love if you haven't viewed it, because it supports our guy Ethan, the online outdoorsman. So he's a pretty great guy.
Any other you had a bunch of comments you want to call out?
Yeah, so Rockablade says Tyler's Real Fishing is doing a pretty awesome series called 100 Ponds. You guys could do something like that.
That's our channel, but yeah,
awesome. Like we've already hit 100 ponds, like literally. So if you guys don't notice this, I don't know.
Probably.
Like if it's a necessary video that I have to get done in a short, timely manner, it's going to be on my home lake. But 99.9% of the time, repeating, of course, Paul and I will go pick a new body of water or a new section of a river. Like since the channel
that's literally started, that is what we do. We're like,
we do, and that's why we the same body.
We get skunked a lot because
and that's also why we get beat up or somebody suffers, because we're figuring out a brand new body of water
every time.
It doesn't help when your fish finder is Lauren.
No, it kind of does, because it's actually great when it is, because I remember a time 2 seasons ago, we went out to a new piece of water. It was actually a really cool lake. It was chock full of fish, and we couldn't catch a dang one of them. And I was like, I was seeing marks every freaking which way, and I'm like, dude, you gotta be freaking kidding me.
I know exactly what lake you're talking about.
And that was brutal. And it wasn't Jordan Lake.
Was Jordan the one with the
Jordan's the one
we went up and came back?
Jordan's the
No?
one where Jordan's the one
Yeah, this
where
is the one I'm talking
we
about.
went back twice and got our butts kicked. The one I'm talking about is
we
the
came
one
back
that
to Jordan and we were like, we got it this time.
we're
And we
gonna
got,
nail him
like,
this year.
we
We got
two
skunked
fish.
again. The no, this was this lake was the one that had like a beach, and we pulled up and there was like a park and it was all goose poop, and we filmed like a Senko video, like how to rig Senko video.
Yeah.
That was painful. That was painful.
I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same.
We're probably talking about the same one. They must have been walleye that we were seeing. You got there before me. You were fishing the pads in the morning.
That was the dragonfly. I was fishing the dragonfly on that trip.
No way.
Yes.
That's why I didn't catch anything. I didn't realize you cursed us from the get-go.
The first thing that touched the water was the dragonfly, because I had just
this lake is bare.
all the fish were like, "Yo, is that a
These idiots?
dragonfly?
Oh yeah, dragonfly.
I saw thousands of bluegill when we hit the water. It was super steamy when we got there. We got there super early.
Beautiful.
And then we went out and we went up that little creek. But before we went up it, there was a big front
that was
section.
skinny paddle.
That was a drop off, and we were drop shotting.
Couldn't catch crappie to save our lives. Couldn't catch bass. Couldn't troll for walleye. Couldn't top water. I mean, it was a freaking nightmare. Anyways,
couldn't tie our shoes.
There's some other really good comments. Gramps made a good call outs. Made a couple good comments here. He said, focused on the teaching of the lesson. If I catch fish, great. If not, so be it. I would agree. The thing I struggle with.
Try to do.
That's what we did this year, and I'm happy with that. The one thing I'll say is that what I would like to do is I'd like to be more intentional with the way that I film, more intentional about getting B-roll, and knowing that I'm already going to walk into the video assuming I'll catch nothing, and it'll be like a 2-component filming aspect of that video where I have a plan for basically 2 parts of filming, so that video is intentionally, I didn't catch a fish. I know I'm not going to catch a fish. If I get one, great. Otherwise, I don't really care. Because I never plan on getting one. So, but I think that's a great call, and that is the intent that I have pretty much at all times. And then he says, many don't realize how little time I actually had to fish this year. He had a ton of stuff going on at work, and he had to focus on that, and it's not on the water. And I'm like, dude, I had a new baby, which was really the highlight of my year, but we're talking about fishing stuff, right? I have 2 kids, right? And Jeff has 2 kids, and Jeff has 2 jobs, and I have, another job. 5, and it's very much like, we talk about all the time. We get 1 day a week, if that.
Yeah. This year we got,
which is not a complaint. It's just it's a reality, right? And then COVID made it very difficult.
Well, yeah. So like last year and the year before that, I was doing 100+ days on the water. This year we did
half,
56, probably.
Yeah. That's probably more like it's closer to 60. That's still, it feels like half.
Yeah.
Legitimately feels like half.
It hurt my soul this year.
Yeah, it's tough. No, it's tough. And it sounds like a complaint, but it's not. It's like, it's just that I have the desire to go way more. I just do. And it doesn't go anywhere. I'm not. I really am not.
I'm complaining.
I love it. But Gramps, phenomenal call outs just in general. What else? Did I miss anything? Did I miss any big ones that we want to call out here?
No,
I think we're good.
I think we got most of them.
If I did,
if we missed you, love you. Sorry. Next.
So okay. I think I'm good. Anything else fishing?
What? Medium heavy. I love both of those rods.
Yeah.
The Dobbins Fury is fantastic. The Bass X is fantastic. And they're about the same price. So
they're like 100, 120, somewhere in there.
Let's say our answer on 3, and we'll see if they're the same. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bass X.
Oh, kind of surprised.
I know. I was leaning. It was so hard. I was leaning on the Dobbins Fury. I do really like the Furies a lot, but
I do too.
Honestly, the Bass X is just such a great all-around rod.
Great all-around, and I just have a ton of respect for that company. Not that I don't for Dobbins, because actually one of the companies I respect way above average. They are in the top 5%. It's a known factor to me. The Fury series, there's something about it I still don't feel like I know it as well as I know St. Croix. So St. Croix is a known factor. The Bass X is a known factor. But they're both great. Honestly, pick the one that you like the looks of the best. Whatever one matches your reel better. That's how you should
Or
pick,
just
because you
how it
can't go wrong.
feels too, right?
Well, if you
Like,
haven't felt them, I'm just assuming that you're shopping online. Just
yeah,
which one looks cooler to you? Like, do you love that cool Dobbins logo, or do you like the old black and blue? Like, you can't go wrong. You really can't. You're not gonna miss.
a
Well,
gamer,
and
Paul. He
thanks,
was a gamer.
Jaws.
Just
I appreciate
FYI.
it. Yeah, that
Just
used to be a thing.
no expose you.
No, definitely not.
All right.
A good
what's
question
next?
though. That's a tough. I mean, you're asking us to split atoms on that one.
Yeah, it's a very tough question. It's not Pepsi versus Coke, which is an easy question.
Yeah,
but it's a tough question.
Anything else filming wise for next year, Jeff?
Filming wise, no. I think our ice fishing filming is going to be better this year because we got Paul's little DIY rig on the sleds, which is going to allow us a really cool new camera angle. So I'd say hopefully that will be more entertaining for y'all, even if you hate ice and snow and cold. We get it. We're the ones suffering, not you. Just watch them, please. And share them around. But yeah, I would say that's going to be fun and different. I'd say no, I don't plan on changing camera setups for like the normal stuff though for a while.
Oh, I just meant like
And
anything you want to film, anything we're focused on, anything like that.
and that's what I was getting to. If you could just wait a second. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I'd say we're gonna get to this here in a second. We want to plan some trips. Want to go some places. Paul's trying to just bully me into traveling somewhere for winter fishing right now
For a
because
little bit.
he's jonesing
Yeah,
for it.
hard, real hard.
Pro fisherman jonesing for it. He keeps saying we're going to Texas. We're actually going to Tennessee with Monster Bass, and he's a dork for thinking that's a thing. But Texas might be a thing.
It might
but
be. There's
somebody in Texas is going to have to organize it.
It's not like there's 7 people talking about it.
I feel like there's some dude down there called Fishing the Lone Star that maybe
makes no
could
sense why we're
organize
not
this.
done already. We're getting there. We're not there yet.
All right. Anyways, no, yeah, nothing else I can say. Like, I like the different filming ideas that we've been talking about. Like, I'm excited to go try those out. Other than that, well, it's what we do, guys. Lots of Ned rigs, lots of unboxings, and reviewing products on the water. I would love to review more new stuff on the water, like rather than just unboxing, say, 6 Cents versus Monster Bass versus Catch Kill or whatever. I'd love to do more comparisons on the water. Yep. If you guys are down for that, for sure, we'll do it.
I would also
I'm gonna do it anyways.
On a whole section of this, we do have like big trips as like an earmark. So we talked about basically 4 like big trips this year, likely. One of them, Louisiana, has come up, going with Team Monster Bass, chasing redfish, and likely a ton of stuff too. So inshore and then probably some freshwater in the area, which would be, that's like, I don't really have like a bucket list, but like if I did and I had to make one, that would probably be like the Everglades, and like Louisiana would actually be on my list.
Ooh, P.S. Hang on, this is important.
Yeah.
If anybody knows, well, yeah, deal with it, guy. If anybody knows a place where the MB team could stay at a specific place for a destination trip, Rick really wants some like cool destination footage for marketing material for Monster Bass. And they're doing some big things next year, by the way, you guys, just heads up. If you know a place, if you can get a hookup and you hit up Rick or Rafi or us and we'll forward you on, that would be huge, because part of the reason that we're not at all these places, because right now it takes one of us guys on the team or gals to figure out where we're going to stay, where we're going to fish.
Here are 4 boats.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot of stuff to do and stuff that we honestly just don't have time for. So we appreciate Smallmouth Crush, Epic Eric for putting together the last trip to the St. Lawrence.
Here's some examples. Susquehanna River, Mille Lacs.
Oh yeah.
Right. Even honestly, the Gulf. I think they want to do some more saltwater stuff.
They would like some salt. They want to mix, not just bass, you guys. Like, yes, we're Monster Bass, so mostly bass, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass. Maybe get us some spots.
Lake Fork, right?
Striper. Details to your boy Rick. Just
but it's more than that. So it's more than that though. The place is actually not the hard part. The place is the easy part.
Right. Where are we gonna fish with whom?
So there's a couple of things here. When you're going on a trip like this, and you've got someone like Rick who's going to fund it, here's what is needed, and this is what makes it complex. This is why it's not an easy thing. And like, hey, go to this place. Like, we know where the places are. Like, I know where to go fishing. The challenge becomes we need probably 3 guides, right?
Yeah, depending on how many
Probably
people we
3
can get to come, but assume there's 6 to 8
Anglers.
content creators, anglers, and that's going to be like 2 of them a boat. So it's like 3 or 4 boats.
So fishing guides and boats for 6 people, right? Which means you probably have to know a guide service or somebody who is connected to the guide services in the area. Daniel. You also have to be able to stay in a place, so that is important. But Rick will. That's like where Rick comes in, and he'll find us like an Airbnb, right?
Yep.
Some sort of transportation, because if it's further than like a couple hundred miles, like 600 miles, I'm not going to drive unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah.
And then you got to have those people who are getting you out on the water. They can't just be your buds. Like, we have to be able to get on fish, because we are all making content.
Guides.
We're bringing someone with like professional camera equipment, like a professional photographer, professional videographer is coming out, and they're going to spend 2 days filming with us, and that's a lot of money. So,
and he's going to be pissed if he doesn't see any catches, because it's his job to do a good job. Like, he's trying to get good footage. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it for sure. But I just wanted to put it out there. If you guys know anything, like, pass it on to Rick, and maybe that's a trip that we do. That'd be really cool. Definitely want to get into some more trips. I mean, fishing for bass in the local area is obviously fun, enjoyable, but we know y'all hungry for some different content, some variety, if you will.
Well, and the reason we ask is because like, you're asking somebody who's already completely tapped in Rick and Rafi to like go do this, and like, they kind of care, but they don't care that much, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, that's basically what the ask is. Like, where do you want to see people fish, and then like, is there an experience that's like not common that we can go get set up? So yeah, I don't know. And then Fishing with Graham says, did Team 6 have guides for their epic season? No, they didn't. But they have people who fish professionally all day, every day. So
yep, and they
if
know
I
those waters, like,
on
the back
boats,
of their hands.
On boats. Well, no, I think they had like Milliken, when they found that lake in Texas. Like, they definitely did not. They scouted a place, and they found it themselves, and they caught like, they exploded like every record that lake has ever had.
Yeah.
Ended up with like a 13-pounder. So that's, I gotta give them a lot of credit, because that is what, like, that's honestly what I pride myself on. Like, when someone comes up to me and says like, oh, like, your biggest bass is like a 4-pounder or whatever, I'm like, I found that fish on my own. Nobody helped me find that, and I did it in a kayak. So pound sand.
Agreed.
And then when you're done, go pound sand with your other hand. Like, I don't care. And I don't care.
Present the sand.
I don't care, because I'm cool with being the 17th, 100,000th best angler in Michigan. That's fine with me. Like, I don't care about that. But like, I can say that I did it all myself. I did not Google where to go catch fish, walk over there, wait to see where everyone else caught fish, and then go catch them. So props are due. Like, those dudes are doing work. But the flip side of it is, they get to do it all day, every day as like their job. Like, that's not their second job that they do in their spare time. So take it for what it's worth.
They crushed it, though. For sure.
They did, and they always do. Like, I love that. I really like what they're doing over there, and I always have. So if there's perceived like tension between that team and our team, I'm like, dude, we're not different teams. Like, we're all fishermen. Like, they're doing the same stuff that we do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely an interesting topic, but I'm saying, if I'm traveling thousands of miles,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you're asking.
Guide.
Well, and that's because the goal of that trip is not to just go have fun. Like, if that was what it was, I would go, do it myself. The goal of that trip is to make a cool video. You want to see fish catches. They're usually going to be premiering or promoting a bait, or a bait company, or a premier partner. And that is the goal of the video. So the goal is the video, not the fishing experience necessarily for me. right?
Yeah.
That's a cool outcome that I get to participate in. The goal is to make a video. And if you are making a professional fishing video, there has to be some fishing. So
Well, I will
that's
say
the
our
goal.
Houghton Lake trip in Michigan,
Yeah.
we did all ourselves. Like literally everyone left me and Paul. So
And who caught fish?
We caught the
We're the
most
only
fish.
people who caught fish.
Yeah.
They caught 5 other fish. I'm not joking.
They were decent smallies, though. We'll give credit where credit's due. I think like a 3.5 pounder was caught or something. Somebody claimed a 6 pounder the day before. I don't know. It was red. I think it was on the lake the day before we got up there. They fished like a totally different lake in a totally different area, but I think he caught a big. And yeah, for the rest of the days in the Houghton area, we caught the most fish and we had a blast. But we did not have a guide, and we were in our kayaks, and we had to figure the whole thing out. But that made it hyper enjoyable. Also, Will Junkin, welcome to the Burly Bunch Elite.
Shut up.
We got a new member. So we
the absolute greatest. And if you're climbing the ladder, if you're climbing the Burly ladder, we are going to do some more t-shirt stuff. That's not a goal. That is something that we're going to do. So I would say at least one.
Yeah. So a couple of people asking about joining. There should be a join button down below. It should be like next to all of our videos. There's a join button. If you go to our channel, you can click our channel link in a new tab. There's a join button. So, just go check it out. I made a neat little video explaining what we do for our membership levels, but just so you know real quick, Shark Deuce level or higher, which is the Snorlax crew, you guys get to join our members only lives once a month. It's just us and you get to come on video and like talk to us, and that's a blast. Those are super fun. We always do a special giveaway for those. So sometimes there's special giveaways for members only. And then our Snorlax crew, once a quarter or 6 months, I can't remember what we agreed on. Like every 3 to 6 months, somewhere in there, no promises. But at least at the minimum, every 6 months, we're gonna dish out like a custom t-shirt with a slogan from the podcast generally. So it's that was cool. Last ones we did the Nedrig nerd shirts.
I have it. I'll grab
sell them. You do. So the Nedrig nerd shirts we did, you guys have seen in some of our videos. That was for our Snorlax crew only. So just us and them have those shirts. We're not gonna make any more. And then we're probably gonna do a different slogan next time. So just a heads up if you want to do it. Also, Chaz, you the man. I should have just said Chaz, help me out. Chaz just posted the link. There you go. Like, what's the point of there's a t-shirt right there, you guys. So what's the point of a man behind the curtain that I don't utilize? Help. So Chaz, thank you so much. You crushed it. Shirt right there. You guys saw it. And again, if you're a Snorlax member, those are the members we send them out to just because of the cost of the shirt. Like we end up losing cash on that.
We get slaughtered on that one.
But it's a blast. So you got to be Snorlax for it. Just a heads up. But if you are, again, Chartreuse level, Snorlax level, come join us January 11th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Paul's doing the squid thing. We have
it works really well, actually. Look at that. Look at that.
You did it,
How
dude.
much better?
You did it. Chaz with your freaky finger. All right. Let's roll on. So there's the trips we're talking about, you guys. We got lots of stuff. We did
Tennessee, Texas, Louisiana. Those are the big ones.
Tennessee is the guaranteed one. That's in March.
Yep.
We're gonna go hang out with Rudd and all those dudes down in Tennessee. And then ice up north or walleye fishing right now. Paul is just like trying to get me to do this stuff. We might do it. I'm gonna say we might do it.
Why not?
We know a dude. I haven't hit him up yet though, so I don't know. He doesn't watch these. Pro Fisherman Jones. He's on the Akuma team. He guides for muskie and walleye and all sorts of species. Yeah, he absolutely crushes it. You guys should go check him out. So Pro Fisherman Jones. He's fishing Lake St. Clair. We're obviously near Lake St. Clair. We're in Michigan. It's about 2 hours from me, an hour and a half from Paul, something like that. So not too far. We'll probably try and get out there. If not open water, then ice. And we could consider heading up north for some ice. I don't know.
We kind of have to. I'm down. I've read a couple scouting reports. There's 3 inches right now if you travel to the upper half. That's still a 2.5 hour drive, 3 hour drive for us. Well, for me. Well, for Jeff now too. So you're talking about a hike, which is not great. That shortens up the day, makes it maybe a 2-day or so. But maybe we can go ice fishing with Ethan. So There's,
Yeah.
there's definitely some options, but even at 3 inches, I'm not happy, right? You got to take a spud. You got to be really, really careful. And even then, you're not safe. So I want to see 4 inches on all the ponds. And then I'm
Yeah.
just going to go pond hopping. That would be the goal. So just
That's
safe
ideal.
ice, have fun. Not worried about getting on a super productive lake or anything like that. Just get on a good old piece of backwater.
Because I mean, we'll get panfish regardless. So yeah, we're gonna watch the ice reports. We're gonna see what we can do. Hopefully, we'll get something going for you guys soon. We have a ton of new stuff from Akuma. You guys are gonna get in a video here pretty soon as well. Just rigged up a few of mine. Haven't spooled them up yet, but yeah, you got one behind you there. Is that the cold water?
Yeah.
Cold water's sweet. The Ice X was insane.
Oh my god, I'm jealous, but I'm not.
You get to use it anyways.
Oh,
We're
I
just
know.
gonna split them.
Dude.
Yeah, some pretty rad ice setups here. The Inspiro is sweet. That was another good one.
Well, I'm really interested. I haven't done a comparison yet, but I'm not going to do it now. I'll wait. You guys
and
see it
then
in the
there's
video.
the Trio Pro, which is the 3 different swap out rod
Oh my
tips.
God.
Insane. Anyways, Candy Fiala's all like chat time. The chat gets antsy at this point. Oh yeah, so these new reels, we'll talk about it in the video. About that. Because
Video coming in hot.
There's something special about them, and I just posted an Instagram about one today. It's got like a bait feeder system on it. They're pretty rad, and you just like bump it with your palm. But at any rate, you guys are awesome. So I feel like we owe you a giveaway. What about a Monster Bass gift card for $25? Good on monsterbass.com, but not good for the subscription, but good for everything else on the
Sounds a
store,
good idea. Like
including
maybe
that
a
hat that Paul's wearing, but also all sorts of stuff. So if you start chatting right now, you got to chat to participate. We're gonna do a slow rolling thunder round that we're probably gonna make up right now. Are we making it up? Or
We're going to talk a little bit more.
All right, we're gonna talk electronics, boat upgrades, and a boat.
Yep.
Like not a kayak boat, but like a
Nope.
real boat.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to talk about that while we get into it. Our slow rolling thunder is actually just further into 2022, y'all. So just chat away. We're going to pick a random winner at the end of our conversation here. So hopefully within the next 15 minutes or so. So just keep chatting so you qualify. Chaz will pick a winner, and you're going to type. I mean, you're not going to type. You're going to contact Chaz, and he put his contact info on the screen, right, Chaz? Yep. So you're going to contact Chaz with your info and a screenshot of your YouTube profile. I'm getting better at this, guys, because we did this 19 times in one episode. It was pretty great. You're going to give him a picture of or a screenshot of your YouTube profile. So we know it's you. So we know you're legit. You're real. Mm-hmm. Plus, he knows who you are. He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Chaz knows all. So he'll call you out.
Move closer so you can shut the hat. Put your face way up to the camera.
The hat?
Yep.
This hat?
Burly's asking.
You mean the Slick Baitco hat?
I don't know whether you're above or next to me somewhere.
Wait, what? You don't know where I am? You just do like the Brady Bunch?
There's Jeff.
Is he this way for me?
Just so you guys know, there's another video coming out. There's another video coming out shortly that's going to feature the hat that Jeff is wearing. And actually, I'm wearing that hat, and it's a very comfortable hat. So buckle up. Now, okay, while people are chatting, we'll try and make this quick. We've talked about this quite a few times. A big expenditure for us and a big goal for us for the year is actually to improve our electronic setups and also get like a lot more knowledge in using them, proficiency, and then really be able to like leverage that for teaching. So, we've seen some people do a really great job teaching folks how to use electronics. I would certainly like to be a lot more of it. Yeah, Bass Geek's a great example. Fluke Master, I think, is another great example.
Yep.
So would love to be able to do something like that with some of the new technologies that are out there. I'm more and more leaning towards having one of us do a Humminbird setup and another one go Lowrance, or potentially Garmin, right? I love the Humminbird I had a lot more than the Lowrance that I have. Garmin's a little more expensive, but everyone says to get one. So it's a lot of TBD. And the nice thing is that Garmin, if you're willing to spend for it, has it's so funny. The Garmin has like the live scope, but then you also have Mega Live on Humminbird. So I think there's a comparison to be done there. So that's kind of where my head's at, but we'll see what happens. But that's a big one for us. The next one
We
is
have a
boat.
big old bank account set aside for that, actually.
Yeah, we've
It's
been
like
just dropping cash into it as needed.
literally any cash we get, we're just dumping into this account. So it's gonna be
Yeah,
like a 4 to 5 grand expenditure.
I think at
Gonna be,
least. I think it's
it's gonna be
closer to
stupid.
6.
Stop. Shush. Hush.
Anyways,
Stop it.
that's a big one. And then boat upgrades. So
Yeah.
kayak changes to the kayak, things that people want to see. I'm definitely a little more willing to make some tweaks and designs and try new things. I don't want to totally blow up my kayak, but I'm willing to do some weird stuff. I still really want to do some duck hunting out of my kayak, and put some
Mhm.
mods on it for that specifically. So
Yep.
and do some reviews. So that I think that'd be a lot of fun. Would love to get some ideas. So I know everyone's just saying chat, but would really like to see
No, man.
if
I
anyone.
saw Epic Eric is here. What's up, man? I saw Jason Emery said I'm giving away a boat with electronics in
I didn't know that.
2022. I just like to burn my bank accounts down. It's pretty great.
What we do. Jeff Lauer, inflatable kayaks was something that we've toyed with. It's still a lot of money for something that I don't think I can use or sell after the fact. That would be a tough one. I'd have to
Yeah.
have someone send me one, and the only company that I'm really excited about getting one from does not care that I exist.
Stiff armed us.
So
Stiff armed us
no,
into the dirt.
I don't think it was
Nope.
that bad. It was not
It
intentional.
was that bad.
They just didn't care.
We had their head engineer on, and we were like, "Hey, what if we went on your podcast?" And he was like,
but I mean, he's not the
All right,
marketing.
no worries.
Anyways, I don't think it was that bad. So
It
we'd
was
love to hear.
Boat. If you guys know anybody from Boat, hook us up. Thanks.
Yeah, would love to. Yeah, the Lono Arrow is the one that I want to try.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
6 cents
Anyways,
is selling a Ranger. Rad.
Yeah, I mean that's great.
Tiny Boat Nation. No, we're not going to do a John Boat mod. No, thank you.
Nope, absolutely not.
Not gonna happen.
Love to hear. Would love to hear
what you guys think this is.
Would love to hear what you guys would like to see from a kayak perspective. And then the last thing that I want to say is it may not be next year, but within the next couple of years for sure, no matter what happens, even if we're not doing this anymore, I think a fishing boat is in the cards. I don't know when it would be specifically. I want my daughter to be able to be on it because I want everyone to be able to go in my family. My daughter's only 6 months, so if I got a boat in the next 6 months, I'd be riding that line of feeling safe with her in the boat, right? And I kind of would want her to be a little bit older.
Otherwise, if the right, you can't come.
Yeah, but if the right COVID deal came along where someone was like, I bought the stupid boat, I'm paying $400 a month. I don't want to anymore. They sell the boat, and then now that boat is up for sale where it normally wouldn't be. I definitely think that would
12 to 18 months.
No, I mean that could be at the longest. I think that's going to start now. I think you'll start seeing that. You get someone who doesn't use a boat over winter, that boat's going to hit in the next 6 months. That's coming. That's coming up. I think faster.
It might be stubborn.
You're starting because you still got people. There's a lot of pent up demand, but I do think you're coming in. So, anyways, duck hunting in Yak requires outriggers. Hard disagree, Dan. Hard disagree.
Why?
I'm gonna show you my guy. But yeah, I think that I do. I just really. My low fishing machine is under $300.
Yeah, but
what is that? What is that?
Why do you like it?
Am I supposed to know what that is? What's a low fishing machine?
Is that a boat? Lawrence? Do you mean Lawrence?
No.
Gramps.
Is he talking about a tin boat? I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot.
All right.
Is that a pedal? Is that like a pedal thing?
You mean under $300,000? Well, that's
I don't know what we're talking about. Anyways,
all right. So yeah, big boat.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Got you.
Definitely gonna happen. We're gonna get
there. Gramps, I used to have that boat, Gramps. I am no longer interested in owning one of those because I already have a plastic version of a kayak, of a smaller boat. Like a 16.
A 14-foot version of that.
I had a 16-foot deep V. And I did not like it as much as I thought I would like it. If I'm gonna go through all the hassle of that ownership, I'm just gonna get a big boat. I'm probably gonna get. The goal would be a 21-foot, maybe bass boat, more likely all species fishing boat with a deck in the front, because I can do anything with it and I can take it on St. Clair. That would be the goal, and then you got to have a decent sized motor. So the biggest thing for me is that I have the opportunity to go on St. Clair and have the boat at the cottage. So I want something that can do that. So to me, 19 feet is probably the minimum that I'm gonna go, and I want a decent sized boat.
Check out the fishing jet ski.
I've already. So,
wait.
Christine Fisher actually did a whole trip on that.
Wait, what?
Christine Fisher did a whole guided trip fishing off
on a jet ski. Yeah, I mean, first of all, looks great. Second of all, if you guys haven't watched the second season of Tiger King, consider it. There's that guy that's always on the jet ski, like every single scene. He's always on a jet ski. That's all I can think about with jet skis now, y'all. All right. Don't. All right. So let's. Really? Well, I mean, maybe you should consider it. That's like local history. All right. Let's let's get into this drawing, shall we?
Yep, let's do it.
Who wins? Jeff Elliott.
Has he won before?
I haven't even seen his name in here. Somebody came peeping in and dropped a chat.
Oh yeah, I've seen him on here.
You have?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like his name doesn't sound familiar for winning for sure. Jeff Elliott, if you are
you got to get in 15 seconds. Take some
on this planet,
delay.
You have to say hello. 15 seconds. What about 8 minutes? Chaz and I were talking about before the show. We gave somebody 8 minutes on the live last week. we were hustling for giveaways.
Well, we also had at one point we had a queue of 5 giveaways to do at once.
It was crazy. All right, so hang on. So Jeff Elliott, he said here. So now, Jeff, follow the instructions.
I hate this camera. I want this camera to go burn in a fire. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's the same camera. This one doesn't work.
I turned off autofocus and you
did that.
Keep refusing not to. What?
No, I did that. I did it with Chaz. I'm wearing a black hat.
No, but it's
I had this thing. Look how close it is. It's literally in my chin. It doesn't matter where this thing is.
It's your skin versus the panel behind you, which is the same color.
Then why is it focused to right here?
Because it can't stand all that white.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right. So, Jeff, hopefully you follow the instructions. Chaz, has he followed the instructions?
Do a video of you destroying your camera. Tom, it'd be a very short video.
Wait, what? Oh, destroying the webcam. Can we do that Office Space style where like Paul walks out to a stream, he just like spikes his webcam into the ground and then he just bashes it in with like a 7'6" heavy Magnum heavy Diamond Fury rod.
It'll focus like immediately right here, and then it'll be like wonderful for 4 minutes, and then I'm gone.
So get the cam that Gramps has, right? Doesn't he?
Elgato. So I was asking him about it.
Elgato,
yeah.
Anyways, Tom. If he gets a new camera, I'm gonna make him do it.
You won't have to make me do anything. I've been wanting to punch this camera for how long have I had it? 8 months.
Anything.
I don't have to.
Yeah, Chaz got it to you for free. I paid for mine, but mine works.
I don't know what to say. I appreciate it.
Mine works.
It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade from what I was using. It's 100%. Still making me sick to my stomach.
All right. Anyway, so you guys, it's been an awesome year. We've done a lot of really cool stuff. We've had a lot of great opportunities. We've met a lot of amazing people. We've grown this community, which has been absolutely fantastic. Starting a GoFundMe for Paul's spray tan.
Not enough money.
Burly Hype Man.
You got to do that We got to do that every week. We can't afford it.
You're gonna sink the U.S. economy, dude. Trying to do that. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's been amazing, and it was really cool to be able to kind of close the year out with something as phenomenal as the Autism Anglers Drive. Yes. So just fantastic stuff all year, man, and I'm stoked for another one. So we won't be doing a best of 2021 video that's just a recap of all our videos because I ain't got time for that nonsense. No. But this is kind of that for us.
I love the idea of it.
We just did that. There you go. This is the non-visual version of that. But if someone on this live other than me wants to edit that video, then we could have one for sure in case you guys like it. No? Nobody? No takers.
No.
Cool. Anyway, so next year we're gonna do a lot of cool stuff as well. We're excited, and hopefully we get, like ultimately what I'd love to do is get back to the balance of work life with me, so that we can go back to doing 3 videos a week. That's what I love to do. Jeff Elliott says email won't work.
While we're waiting for the Jeff Elliott Chaw's de facto combo to work, what I would like to say is make sure you guys are going to see Gramps tomorrow night. He is going live as well. He goes live every week. I'm surprised he's doing it. You're going on New Year's, man? That's bold. Live tomorrow night. New Year's, if you want to talk fish and stuff, if you're like me, you're gonna be hiding out. You're gonna be hiding out in a cave looking for something to do. And if you're not watching the latest Avengers flick, you could be going and hanging out with Gramps. I do love watching Gramps lives. I get in there whenever I can, which is not often enough. Same with Devos. I just go when I can. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and get in there as well. Great guy doing great things. So please jump in there too.
Absolutely.
All right, Jeff Elliott. Do we have a way to we did figure out email? Is that the issue?
Podcast at burlyfishing.com.
Podcast at burlyfishing.com. That's the way to do it. If you email us, we will hook you up. And then, you know what? If we can't get it figured out with that, just hit up Jeff or I on Instagram. We'll get you taken care of. If you can't find us on Instagram, you can find us here next week on Thursday, or if you're a member, on the Members Only Live, January 11th. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
But it's like you just have to become a member, and then you can follow up with us.
I like that. You cannot win a gosh darn thing unless you're
Oh my gosh. All right. You guys are awesome. You've been fantastic. Next week we will be back, maybe with a guest, maybe with not a guest. Either way, it's going to be a blast. And speaking of, if you guys know, Cooler Lid, the camera he doesn't like is the Logitech HD 1080p. I can't remember which model. Like the $90 model.
Send it on fire.
Anyways, if you guys think of any guests that you want to see on the show, by the way, you can always DM Paul or I or Chaz on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you guys. Yep. So we actually haven't done a call out for that in a while. If you guys aren't following Paul, do that. He's doing all this TikTok stuff for us. So it's at Paul_J_glass, and I'm at Burly Fishing. It's underneath his name. And then Chaz is not on the screen. Chaz, what's yours? Producer Chaz?
A lot of underscores.
Oh, well, you can't do stuff like that. All right.
Go.
So
hit him.
Producer_CH_OZ is producer Chaz. That's the guy behind the camera. But we appreciate you guys. Again, subscribe, smash the like. What did we say? What was the one DeBurley pulled out earlier? It's like Iron Sheik.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
I can't remember it.
What was the Luchadore mask guy? What did he used to do?
Rey Mysterio Jr.?
Yeah, what was Mysterio Jr.? What was his move? Where he would like encircle your legs and then take you down. He was the freaking man. Rey Mysterio was like the Muggsy Bogues of
was a legend.
Of wrestling. What an absolute legend.
Anyways, do some classic wrestling move to the notification bell. That's like the de facto response. All right. Listen, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Come back Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's a blast, and we love to see you there. And Chaz, take us out.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball, and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I deserve to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't
kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within, oh. I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame, oh. Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
I got enough of every melody. They all sound the same. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side